It begins with two little girls, twins, identical, unbreakable, but they were not like other children. They refused to speak, not because they could not, but because they would not. And what began as silence would end in obsession, crime, and a death that no one could explain. This is the story of June and Jennifer Gibbons, the sisters the world would come to know as the Silent Twins. June and Jennifer were born in April of 1963. Their parents, Gloria and Aubrey Gibbons, had moved from Barbados to Wales chasing a better life. Life in Haverfordwest, the small town where they grew up, was quiet, but for June and Jennifer, it was also cruel. From the very beginning, they stood out. The Gibbons family was one of the few black families in the area. Their presence was noticed, stared at, and the twins carried that weight every single day. But that was not the strangest part. As toddlers, they started speaking in a way no one else could understand. A quick, fast, secret language, half English, half something they had invented. It was like watching two birds sing to each other in a code no one else could break.
We had our language. Me and my sister spoke. We knew what we were saying. My mother had to guess what we were saying. And she was one that was a bit worried about us.
Teachers noticed, doctors noticed, even their parents noticed. The twins only spoke to each other. To the outside world, they were silent. At first, people thought they were shy, but soon they realized it was something deeper. The twins built a wall of silence, and behind it, they created a world only they could enter. Twins are often close, but June and Jennifer were different. Their bond was not just sisterly love, it was something much heavier. They moved in sync. They walked side by side, their steps identical. They ate together, slept together, mirrored each other's actions as though they were reflections in glass. If one twin picked up a fork, the other did the same. If one refused to move, the other would freeze. It was not just strange, it was unsettling. People around them started to whisper, are they even two people or are they one soul, split in two bodies? The twins themselves didn't help ease that thought. In their journals, they would later write things like, being twins is unnatural, one of us must die for the other to live. Already their story was sliding into darkness. In school, life was unbearable. The twins were bullied, laughed at. Their silence made them easy targets, and teachers didn't know what to do with them. Every time someone tried to make them speak, they would simply shut down, their lips sealed, their eyes lowered. It was as if the world outside did not exist for them, and so they were pushed further and further into isolation. But inside their silence, they had each other, and inside each other, they had a world far bigger, far darker than anyone could imagine. They started writing stories, filling notebook after notebook with wild, vivid tales. Some were about romance, some about crime, others about violence, obsession, and death. For girls so quiet, their inner voices were loud and terrifying. By their teenage years, June and Jennifer's bond had become both their greatest strength and their greatest curse. They loved each other, but they also hated each other. Their diaries revealed brutal confessions. I want her to die. She is holding me back. She is my shadow, my rival, my enemy. Imagine being trapped inside a mirror. Every time you look at your reflection, you see your enemy staring back. That was their life. And so, their relationship began to twist. They were inseparable, but they despised one another. It was a love-hate bond so strong that neither could escape, and when the pressure grew too heavy, they started looking for a release. The twins' silence eventually turned into rebellion. They wanted to feel alive, to escape the prison of their bond, to step into the world that had always rejected them. And so, they experimented. Drugs, alcohol, petty theft. But soon it escalated. They set fires, burning down buildings, not for money, not for revenge, but for the thrill, for the chaos. The authorities could no longer ignore them. They were arrested, and what came next would change everything. Instead of prison, the twins were sent to Broadmoor Hospital. If you don't know Broadmoor, let me paint the picture for you. It is not an ordinary hospital. It is one of the most infamous psychiatric institutions in Britain, a place that has housed serial killers, murderers, the most dangerous minds in the country. And now, two silent sisters joined them. Inside Broadmoor, the twins continued their silence. Doctors tried everything: therapy, medication, endless tests, but the twins kept their wall up. They refused to break. Their journals from Broadmoor are chilling. Jennifer once wrote, "We have become fatal enemies in each other's eyes. We feel the shining death awaiting one of us." And June wrote, "We have already decided one of us will die." It wasn't just imagination anymore, it was a pact. The silent twins believed something extraordinary, that only one of them could truly live, that their bond was too unnatural to survive, and so they made a decision. Years later, June would explain it like this: "We had made a contract, one of us had to go, and we decided Jennifer would be the one. It sounds impossible, but fate, or something darker, was listening." After 11 long years at Broadmoor, the twins were finally being prepared for transfer to a lower security clinic. For the first time in their lives, freedom was close, but something strange happened. On the day of their release, Jennifer told June, "I am going to die. It is my destiny." Hours later, on the journey from Broadmoor, Jennifer collapsed. She was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. At just 29 years old, Jennifer Gibbons was dead. The cause? An inflammation of the heart. No drugs, no poison, no disease, nothing that could explain why a healthy young woman's heart would simply stop. The doctors were baffled, but June was not. She simply said, "At last, I am free." After Jennifer's death, June's life changed completely. The silence that had once defined her lifted. She began speaking to doctors, to her family, to strangers. It was as though a spell had been broken, as though her sister's death had unlocked her voice. Today, June Gibbons still lives quietly in Wales. She has spoken openly about her story, about the pain of losing her twin, and about the strange bond that shaped her life. But the questions remain. Did Jennifer really choose to die? Was it truly a pact fulfilled, or was it just coincidence? The story of the silent twins is one that blurs the line between psychology and the supernatural. Were they victims of isolation? Were they prisoners of their own minds? Or was their bond something far more mysterious, something beyond science? Even now, decades later, the mystery refuses to fade. Because silence, after all, has a way of echoing louder than words, and the echo of June and Jennifer Gibbons still lingers. Stories like these do not end. They linger in the corners of our minds. They make us wonder what we would do if silence became our prison. They make us look at our own bonds, the people we love, the people we cannot escape, and wonder, how far could those ties pull us? The silent twins may have spoken to no one, but through their story, they speak still. And perhaps that is why we are still listening,